Before we dive any deeper, make sure you guys check out the private Discord server, guys. Link in the description below. It's free until August 1st. And we have several amazing options trades here. For example, Disney making like 110, 145%, Disney 170%. If you guys are interested in making some money with options with us, definitely check it out. We offer 24/7 hour supports. Look at all these tickets. You get at us, analysts, admins. I'm on here. It's a great community of almost 2,000 members. All right. First things first, we gotta talk about AMC, because even Ortex is like something very suspicious and very fishy is happening with the stock, and they have a big reason to do so, because AMC in the past week has been doing absolutely terribly, going down from like $45 to $50 down to the low 30s, and now there is a slight rebound up to $34, $35. This is a pretty painful price due to the fact that AMC was doing pretty well at like the mid 50s. It was going to 60, going to 70, but it crashed pretty hard. And what's even more interesting is most of the times when AMC was going down, the volume wasn't even that high. And second of all, most of the times the inflow was outnumbering the outflow by a ton. If you also check out orders by Fidelity customers, literally every single day during those drops, the amount of buy orders always outnumber the sell orders. And many times it always outnumber the sell orders by 2 to 1. That's how much it is. If you also check out bar charts, the amount of put contracts being opened for last week was suspiciously high. And let me tell you, if you sell a call and buy a put, you could actually create a synthetic short position. And my theory is most likely from the increased suspicious amount of puts being opened up, that's probably what the hedges are doing, creating synthetic short positions. Because normally the call options outnumber the put options by a ton. And right now, even on bar charts, the calls outnumber the puts almost like 2 to 1. It's more like 1.5 out of 1. But you get what I'm talking about. Calls are extremely popular for AMC. Now, if you check out Ortex and what these guys are talking about, they are saying that AMC has a suspiciously high amount of the short interest and also unsettled trades. They even said during this time, the failure to deliver numbers are very, very high. In fact, it actually shocked them. And if you check out some of the FTD numbers, it's actually crazy, because usually the FTD numbers aren't as high. Occasionally you do hit 1 million, but most of the time it's below 1 million. But now you got it above like 3 to 4 million. Almost feels like 3 and 4 million is like the norm at this point. And this is for the second half of June. What I'm talking about here is probably the biggest short squeeze is coming up. So definitely prepare yourselves, guys. I know a lot of you guys are very demoralized. A lot of you guys are probably shaking and maybe wanting to sell. I understand that feeling, but also keep in mind that the FTD numbers for the second half of June is crazy. There's also a few theories about how the hedgies want to get the price of AMC down low enough so that they do have to buy back all these FTDs. The price is going to absolutely skyrocket. I'm thinking the moment they start purchasing the FTDs back, the price of AMC would probably go from $35 to $50 easy. And here's the thing, if apes keep buying the dip, we could be seeing an even higher price that it will go. Because at this point, the majority of the free flow of AMC, I'm guessing maybe 85 to 90% is owned by the AMC apes. AMC is what I call the retail trader stock. It's actually the people stock, because not hedge funds own most of it. Because for example, Apple, hedge funds own most of Apple. Hedge funds own most of Facebook, Microsoft, for example. But for AMC, it's literally the retail traders owning the majority of the portion. We're talking about 80 to 90% here, which is really, really crazy high for a stock. And what's even more interesting is last week, we saw AMC drop really, really low to the high 30s after it was being at $50. And then it automatically recovered. AMC actually went up around 28% from the bottom to the top. And that was because they bought back 2.5 million shares from the failure to deliver list. Now, can you imagine them buying back all of these shares? Just think about that. Look at all of these shares that have failed to deliver and they have to buy back. And the only way to get a number this high is consistently naked shorting the stock, which will actually cause the price of AMC to plummet, like from here to here. Like even all the way back around like late June, there was actually a lot of price movements where AMC dropped from the low 60s down to the mid 50s and then down to low 50s, and now we're at $30. That's because of intensive naked shorting. That's how you get the FTD number so high. And also because of so much naked shorting, when people exercise their call option, guess what happens? Market makers don't have the stock to deliver to those retail traders. So they create these phantom shares and they give it to retail traders. That's why when you exercise your AMC option, you'll see 100 shares, most likely phantom shares. But eventually they have to buy back the real shares and swap it out within like a month's time. So if you check out AMC, what's going on here, we do see a lot of people having some stigma against the options because the price is plummeting and the majority of these options for last week expired worthless. And all of this money went to the pockets of the market makers and other hedgies. That's what most people are very, very frustrated about. But also keep in mind that this FTD data is very, very high. So a really, really big increase in the stock price, a sudden increase, might be coming up very soon. So this is what everyone should be expecting here. And what's really interesting is, once again, a week ago, we did see AMC drop from the 50s down to the high 30s. Crazy drop, and then the rebound, once again, the rebound was roughly 28%. And that was the FTD squeeze. If you check out ChargePoint stock and Sin stock, when they had their FTD squeeze, it went up as well, okay? When they got off the threshold securities, they went up as well. So what I'm saying here is so many shares haven't even been delivered. Like usually we see like these numbers, you know, maybe like 1 million here and there. And when we saw 5 million, it was like really crazy. But most of the time it's like 300,000, 500,000, 300,000, sometimes even lower at 21,000. And you can clearly see the lower the FTD numbers, the higher the stock goes. And the moment when the FTD numbers started growing immensely, price of AMC started plummeting. And that's what's happening here. And my theory is there's going to be a lot of naked shorting that's happening with AMC. And once again, though, I know a lot of you guys are very frustrated with AMC, and I totally get it because there's a lot of money at stake on the line. But nevertheless, though, if Ortex is straight up saying that they were shocked about the high number of like unsettled trades, this is very scary. But it's actually pretty beneficial for the AMC apes because there could be a really, really big FTD squeeze where they actually have to buy back all of these shares. Look at all these shares I got to buy back. We saw 2.5 million. That caused the stock to rise like 28% from the bottom to the top. Now, can you imagine they got to buy back maybe 10, 20 million shares? That's even crazier here. So just remember that. It's not really that bad of a deal right now. I get it, AMC is down. Nobody's really happy. Everyone's crying and stuff like that. But hey, it's really not that bad, especially how AMC, it didn't drop below $34. In fact, the $34 seems to be a really, really powerful resistance point for AMC. Every time it hits 33, 34, it automatically rebounds up. What I'm saying here is AMC is actually stabilizing. No matter how high this volume is, no matter how much shorting is being involved, AMC doesn't want to go down anymore. It's getting to that point. I think a AMC for value, $30, $34. If it gets stabilized there, we should be seeing a massive rocket up for next week. That's about it, guys. Make sure to check out the private Discord server, link in the description below. And also check out Moomoo. This video is sponsored by them. And by the way, make a Moomoo brokerage account using the link in the description below. Deposit some money, seriously, and you could get up to a bunch of free stocks. I got like a few Wells Fargo stock, and that is pretty nice. And also check out BlockFi, and they also have a pretty nice brokerage where you can actually trade cryptocurrencies and earn interest on them, which is also pretty sweet. See you guys later.